Welcome everyone to another Saturday score shot dev run where I try and beat my own score, and Sean would normally be joining me trying to beat his own score, but sadly Sean is not very well today. So I'm flying solo without my wingman, but hopefully we can improve a score. Last week I managed to get to 3,000 points, which is getting a little bit more respectable in the scoreboard stakes. As you can see from the screen here, my place is 10th with 3,017 points. So we've got a little bit of work to do. Hopefully I'll be able to improve that today. You can also see that I'm running with 2 upgrades. These are the only 2 I've unlocked in this particular version of the game, with multi-shot and double drones. In last week's video I managed to kind of play around with those upgrades a little bit, and you would have seen them. Hopefully they'll help this week's scoring run as well. I can see as well from the leaderboard that Sean is number 11th at the moment, so he's hot on my heels. So hopefully this week we'll be able to improve that score and really push Sean to improve his score, because that's the whole point of this video series. So I'm just gonna set my drones to spawning, and let's get going. Okay, so for once I don't have the distraction of Sean yabbering away about things like the development of Cycle 28, or Hitman, or his favourite games, or what he's been doing this week. So hopefully I'll be able to concentrate a little bit better and get some actual scores on the board. But it does also mean I have to talk a little bit more than I usually would in this video series when I'm actually piloting it. There we go, a couple of scouts, we're taking some hits. So as I'm sure a lot of you have realised by now watching this video series, if you don't fire, you actually get a chance to recover some health. So it's a real trade-off at certain points, whether or not you just keep spamming that fire button to get those points, or you need to chill out for a bit and actually get some health back. But my multiplier's doing okay. I'm at ×5, so I just need to try and make sure we keep that and hunt down some big scores. So, carrier, lost my multiplier there. Oh, and we're in trouble. That was not good. Let's get some health back. So the beeping that you might be able to hear in the video, that's me. That's how the game tells me that I could use some time to get some health back. As well as the visual graphics of, whoa, we're getting a little bit exciting now. Little bullets coming on. Cycle's getting a little bit deeper. Let's get some of these scouts. Use the gun to fly back a bit. Right, so that's the first split timer at just under 1,500. So the first boss here. One of the big arm bosses, the variation of the arm boss. He makes some nice pretty patterns on the screen, but it's also slightly terrifying. So we're going to try and mitigate the damage we're taking. So don't do that, okay? Just don't fly into him. It seems like an obvious thing to say, and yeah, that's exactly what I just did. So that's run 1. Yeah, those arm bosses really hurt, so just don't be an idiot like I was and don't fly into it, and it should be okay. So here we go. So run number 2. Let's think of that as a warm-up run. Try and focus on not making stupid mistakes like I am right now. We're in a bit of trouble. We need to repair a little bit from all those drones. Enemy drones, should I say? Because we have our own drones, of course, that are, whipping around, doing some good work. Yep, just finish that guy off for me. carrier. Oh, another carrier spawn. That's good. These guys are really good. I know some people use them kind of as point spawns. Points farms, where you can just kind of let them keep spawning. Remember, yeah, that's fine. But that does mean you're getting more and more capital ships as you're not taking out any of the other capital ships. And that can lead to some pretty hairy situations as the cycle progresses. But, you know, you can't argue with the points you get from them. Just lost my multiplier. Let's go to shoot. Start with the scout. And some of these drones. Oh, there's another one. Get some nice points up here. But getting tagged a little bit. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of dodge. Heal up a little bit. We're about 1500 again. Not a bad start. But we do need to push it a little bit if we're going to beat the 3000 mark. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's heal up a bit. Okay, back up to full health. Let's get involved with these drones. Again, good for scoring. Okay. There's a half damaged gunship there. That out. Yeah, that's 400 points. So it's slightly better on the split time. There's the old boss. So you can kind of just try and ignore these guys. Oh, as long as you get out of the way. You can ignore them and just get your points elsewhere. They are tasty, tasty points, but you just have to be a little bit careful and not do anything stupid like I did last time, and make sure they don't catch you unawares. You know, they do have big telegraphing kind of with these sides. Oh, and you can fly through the middle of that one like I just did, very deliberately of course, to avoid the bits that actually damage you. These scout guys, annoying because they follow you. Get out of the way before he comes in. Okay, we're going to be fine. Let's get some damage on him. Actually start doing some damage. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's only worth 150 points, so that's only because my multiplier was quite low because I was taking a lot of damage. Okay, this should be an opportunity. Let's get some score. Yeah, we're over the 2000 mark on the score, that's good, but as the music started kicking in, we're getting into a bit more of the more intense part of the cycle, where more things are going to be spawning. These shield ships, let's see if we can get some points off those. Lots of multiplier of these drones, which is good news. Good news, but we're in a bit of trouble. Let's get out of here. It's not a good sign. Need to be going up and away from enemies, away from bullets that I can just accidentally fly into. Come on, damage. Yes, we're back up to full health. Right. Okay, this is a mess. This is an absolute hot mess that I cannot get involved in. To try and just take some points off these guys. Right, that's the shield ship that's damaged. Oh, 2,900. I can smell that new personal best. But boy, is space a little hot right now. Space is a hot little potato. Right, come on. We can do this. Just need 100 more points. That's 15. We need to get my multiplier up. Let's see if we can find scouts on that. Great for this. Oh, gunships are even worse. We don't want to be messing around with those guys. Let's get some health. There's got to be an aircraft carrier around here somewhere. So many scouts. Not going to do our points any good. I'm flying conservatively, and that's not going to get me any points. That's just going to have me killed. Oh no! Oh my god! 40 points, 39 points from the personal best. That was so ridiculous. So that's the danger of flying conservative and not just, you know, gripping it and ripping it. Oh, disaster. Okay, but I'm hungry now for this third run. We can do it. Focus. Okay, good start with an aircraft now. Let's deal with some of these drones. Get some points. So finish some of these off. What have we got up here? My drones will be able to finish off the rest of that. Shouldn't have been tagged then, that's not good. Okay, to full health, what's down here? So I'm following this white arrow, which is something that anyone who's seen any Cycle 28 videos or played it themselves on the itch beta will know that that's kind of what the game tells you where the next capital ship is, the nearest capital ship to you at any one time. Really useful, obviously. So that's sort of a trail here. So let's go down here. What we've got here? Another aircraft carrier. Okay, this is good points if I can get my multiplier up a little bit more. Avoid some fire from these drones. Some actual kills of them. It'd be nice to kill one or two. Ooh. Ah, there goes my multiplier. God damn it. Okay. Some health back. Points from that. Let's deal with this scout. There's a few more spawning. So as the cycle goes on, as the time kind of goes down from the start of the cycle, more and more ships spawn, and that's when just space gets crazy, especially with all these scout ships. Oh, I see. Oh, they just spawned. That's really cool. I haven't seen that much. You see their trails being really low. Oh, I need to get out away from these drones. Okay, that's interesting. A new personal best at the split, so that's good. Can we keep it up with this belt? Okay, he's a big gunship boss. Not sure can we deal with him right now? With loads of scouts. Just to tag a few of those, I think. They're not the best for scoring, but they just get so annoying when they're flying around you. Let's deal with this guy. He's dead. And they are worth a lot of points when you get them. Ooh, using the engine there to fly me out of trouble. Right back into trouble. Doing some alright scoring from that there. I just need to get some health back. Back up into the other part of the cycle. The music's starting to kick in. It's about to get a bit more intense. There's the boss. Oh, I took a tanking from him, but I managed to take him down. Oh, we didn't need to go the other way, Dave. Get out. Just get some health back. Come on. 400 points from the personal best. Come on, come on. Whoa, that's one hot mess. Managed to get some points flying through there. I don't really know. It's just too much going on. Insane dogfights, boss is spawning. Everything going mad. Let's fly back this way. See some sniping. Oh, there's some damaged gunships there. If we get some hits on them, that would be good. Heal up a little bit. Those guys are here they are. Come on. Split 2. Oh, there's the second boss spawn. Still haven't killed the first one, have you? Oh no, did I? YouTube will have to tell me. Come on, Peter. Yes. Hate to say it, that's a new PB, Sean. That's a new PB. Can we make it to the end of the cycle? That's the other thing. I haven't actually done that on video yet. Take that shield ship. Ooh, ooh. Yes, in your face, Mister. No! Oh, I got so arrogant there. That's flight school lesson number 1. Do not get too cocky, kid. Right? Oh, jeez. Anyway, new PB 3,122. Not an enormous improvement, but you know, throwing the gauntlet down week in, week out to Sean. You just got to improve your flying, Sean. Thanks everyone, and see you next week, hopefully with both of us at the helm for some more point scoring with Cycle 28.